Holy guacamole, I think we're actually doing this. All right, we're getting started. What's going on, everybody? If you're watching this now or watching it later, or whatever the case may be, this is nothing more than just a test, see how things go with a live stream. For anybody that has been keeping up with the Cinema Squad shooting the shit episodes, I'm hopefully, if this all goes well, going to be doing that this week, but next week's hosting it on this channel. And make sure, with that being said, go check out Geeky Hijinks for this week. So that'll be coming up tomorrow. And I'm not alone to test this stream. Thank goodness. I reached out and I went to my brothers in arms here and said, I need some assistance. I just don't feel comfortable doing this test by myself. And thank goodness someone came to the call. So let me go ahead and try to do this here. Never added some. There we go. Hey, who do we got?
What's up?
What's going on, John?
Oh, you know, man, just chilling. I always say that. It's like my go-to when people say, "What's up?" and I'm like, "Well, you know, man."
It's just a way to keep it chill. Play it coy, right? And hey, cool, laid back dude. Nothing special going on here.
Wait, is koi what those goldfish are called?
Koi fish or something?
Yeah, like
isn't that
the goldfish?
But isn't that, it's also a word though, right?
Yeah, no, it's a word. I was just thinking about, like, is that? Oh my god, why do I have these random thoughts? Koi.
Yo, so I couldn't help. I just looked it up real quick, and literally the definition of koi starts with, especially with a reference to a woman, and then it says making a pretense of shyness or modesty that is intended to be alluring. But I've never really heard it like that.
I like.
Oh, and okay, so this is perfect. Real quick, I gotta, since we're getting this right away, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. Looks like, by all means, in the comments, even though I did no advertising with this whatsoever and expected no one to show up, a good friend of mine decided to stop by. So, Shane, what's up, man? What is going on? It's great that you are here. And yeah, shameless plugs all day long. Make sure you check out Mana Movies.
What's up?
That's him.
So Jake, who is Shane to you?
Okay, yeah, because I know you guys have seen him pop up as far as in, like, you know, the comments and everything, or the live premieres for my videos. So Shane is undoubtedly the best friend that I've made in the video game realm of stuff. There is a mobile Star Wars game called Galaxy of Heroes that him and I have been part of the same guild for 5+ years now. So it's like I've known him for that long, which is just crazy to think about. And so anyway, yeah, we've just, like, for whatever reason, I don't even know how it started, to be honest, but we just really clicked and have definitely, like, considered each other video game bros now. Not bros, just in general, but that's how it initiated.
Oh, that's so nice. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, man. It's gotten. I will got to shout out Shane. He sent me, as far as the entirety of the series of the Age of Apocalypse comics, which I thought was awesome because I'm just a huge comic book superhero fan in general, and I never got a chance to read all of the Age of Apocalypse. So still working my way through it, but it's been really cool to actually get a chance to do that now. So thank you, Shane. He went ahead and sent me those.
Oh, so how is it? Is it a good comic run?
Oh man, it's intense. There's a lot going on. You know what I mean? It's with any comics, especially really big ones. It's definitely something where there's a lot of different storylines going on. You know, so a lot to keep up with.
I remember
they're great.
I remember back in my high school days, I was a friend of mine. His dad gave me, like, a CD full of the entire run of Civil War, and bro, it was what, 120 comics. I got through most of them. Bro, Civil War was amazing. It's such a good run.
That's why. So man, I got to give, like, people like the Russo brothers so much credit, because to take something like that, and obviously if you're to compare it side by side, like the comics to the movie, right, totally different. There's characters that couldn't have been included that you know, they didn't have access to, but man, did they do, like, for what they had, did such a damn good job of putting that together and I think did a perfect example of how you can have a lot of characters in one movie and balance everything really well.
What do you think about this? And if Shane's here, I want you to chime in on this. How do you feel about Marvel putting comic titles to their movies that don't necessarily mean what it says? Like Age of Ultron, more like 2 days of Ultron. Like, how do you feel about that? Are you okay with Marvel using that a comic line, a comic title for a movie, or would you want them to kind of just add something new? You know what I mean? Like Guardians of the Galaxy started having volumes. That was never a thing in the comics, but it works with what the movie adapted. Volumes, okay. Because I don't mind it. I don't care. I love the films. I like Age of Ultron. I love Civil War, but it's not really a civil war. It's not really an Infinity War. It's not an Age of Ultron.
Mhm.
So what do you think?
I agree. I think what would be nice is if I get that they're trying to take a lot of inspiration from those storylines, so that hence the reason that they go with that title. But then, like, just like how you pay homage to the story throughout the movie, maybe just pay homage to the story with the title, right? Have it be just a clever spin on what that is. And I feel bad because I can't give like an off the top example, but yeah, instead of like Age of Ultron, still have Ultron be in the title, maybe something else, but yeah, something more befitting to what's actually taking place there. The only one I think I'm maybe okay with is Infinity War did feel like a war. Yeah, but I still know what you mean because it's not to go against the point. Yeah, it'd be nice if they did like something unique to the movies.
But yes, so I'm with you. Infinity War definitely felt like a war. I'll take that one back. But you know what? It's crazy because they use comic titles for their films, and yet when you hear the word Endgame, you go, and that's not a comic title. That's an original title.
That's very true. That's actually, yeah, that's a really good point. And it's funny, I think that was like almost glossed over. You know, it's when you get so wrapped up when it is a comic book title, and then it's all of a sudden, yeah, it wasn't. No big deal.
Yeah,
I get it. So Daily Shane threw one out there as far as coming of Ultron. All right, I could see that maybe working. No, but I mean, like, it's something along those lines. I definitely right in the same vein of that. Absolutely. And also, it was something that he had put before this, and I'm not too sure what it was in reference to, but just because I liked the comment itself, he happened to mention this a little bit ago. So I just wasn't sure where that was going, but at the same time, love me some Silver Surfer. Yeah. I'm going to say this. So, right, a cool little spoiler for this test live stream here. So we have the second, like, official episode of the Cinema Squad that'll be coming out sooner than later, and that is going to be well, I don't know. Should we even say the subject? Because I was about to say something that was pertaining not directly.
Yeah, say it.
Yeah, all right. So it's our 3 most anticipated Marvel projects in general, not just MCU per se, but anything Marvel. And the part that I won't say anything about our picks, of course, but there was going to be another part that we were going to attach to it, which was our, like, what would we like to see that they haven't announced that we want to come out. And at this point, I have no problem saying it because I'm not too sure if we're going to make that video. And even if we do, hey, it'll still be brand new to some people. My pick was going to be a show or movie revolving around the Silver Surfer.
Ooh.
Because that's something that, like, I love that character a lot. I think it's cool because it seems like Joe likes that character a bunch too.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Sean's favorite.
Serious? Oh, Sean's too?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because, yeah, man, I'm telling you, like, that's just something where I don't know. They didn't do him that bad. Don't hate me, but as far as in the 2007 Fantastic Four movie, I'm not saying the movie altogether was amazing, although I also don't hate it. I actually do like those movies. But the way that they depicted Silver Surfer himself, his powers, how he composed himself, even how he, like, sounded, like Lawrence Fishburne did the voice for him, and it was amazing. And yeah, all around, I thought, like, that was so cool to see. I'd love to see a really well done version of that.
Jace, I like that. And you know how that could be added to the larger MCU? I have a show on the Silver Surfer where a season, it's kind of like he goes to different planets, kind of warning them of Galactus coming. Galactus is coming. And we see and we build up the threat of Galactus and develop the character of Silver Surfer. And then after 2-3 seasons, he's coming to Earth finally. It's like, oh my god, that would be amazing.
Yes,
Really
see
cool.
exactly. That's 100% like exactly what I'm talking about. And I guess also since we got some clarification, the reason he had originally brought up Silver Surfer was someone who was not allowed to be in the MCU at the time of when they were making the previous story. So that definitely clarifies that and everything.
Jace, could you take the fort for like 2 minutes? I'm getting a phone call.
All right, fair enough.
I'm sorry. Take me off real quick.
All right, I got you. Hold on, let's see. Well, bam. All right, everyone, you're stuck with just me for a second. So let's see. Shane, thanks so much for being here, man. I'm pretty sure it's just you and myself chilling at this particular moment, which nothing wrong with that. Act as if that hasn't happened before. Mad props to Lawrence Fishburne, indeed. In case if anybody wasn't aware of the fact that he is the one that does the voice of Silver Surfer in the old Fantastic Four movie, then by all means, now you know. And I can't remember. I think it's was it Doug Jones, if I'm not mistaken, is the one who actually plays him, like the physical character. And yeah, I know that you don't, I guess, maybe have to say he did too much, but even for his simplistic performance, it was well done. Oh, is maybe I'm not too sure if okay, I thought I saw some thumbs up.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Let's see, basically just kind of giving some mad props to Lawrence Fishburne, and then I also acknowledged, because I was, if I'm not mistaken, nearly certain that it's Doug Jones who does the he like plays him on set, and then but then got the voice coming in. And I was telling, when you were gone for a sec, I was like, Shane, I think it's just you and me, man. Just appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And yes, absolutely, the Silver Surfer was a high point of that. You know, I don't know. Here's the thing, and this is, again, I'm not gonna like try to sway anyone's opinions. I don't think those movies are necessarily pieces of shit. I really don't. And it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and defend them like, no, it's really a good movie. I'm more so in the thought process of like, I just had fun with them. For the time, there was not really any high caliber superhero movies to compare them to. Like, people don't like the casting sometimes. I like Chris Evans as the Human Torch. I don't dislike Jessica Alba too much. Do I think they were the best fits? No, but it worked for the time.
Yeah, I agree. I was a kid when the first Fantastic Four came out. I wasn't really into the box office, or I didn't know what people were saying about the film, but I do remember as a kid, it was a really big deal when the Fantastic Four were out. My friends were talking about it. They would buy the action figures from Walmart. My dad, who isn't really into superhero films or films in general, loved Fantastic Four, and we used to bond over watching Fantastic Four. I haven't seen it in so long. I don't want to say it's a piece of crap, but I just remember kind of in my mind going, this is not aging well, as I started seeing it more and more. As you know, Jace, I love the Fantastic Four.
No, and it's FA. You know what? They finally added them to Disney Plus. So if you ever want to check them out again, I like how they put it under, what is it, Marvel Legacy Films?
Is it Legacy or Legends? It's not Legends. No, that's the show.
Yes, okay, but yeah, no, it's Legacy, right? That's what they refer to them as. I'm nearly certain.
I think. Maybe Shane knows.
So. I just love the fact that, hey, well, you know what? Spoiler alert in case you haven't seen the show, but thanks to Loki, everything's canon now. Just everything. Never.
Can I say this, Jace? I have a fan theory. It's like the Loki live stream again, guys. How cool. Oh my God. Like, I'm just hyped thinking about it. Oh, I wish Dan was here to hear this. A what if episode of the Avengers or the Guardians meeting up with Big Hero 6.
Oh, man. Yeah, it almost seems like, especially for that format, right? An animated format. They made an animated Big Hero 6 show, like a 2D animation.
Yeah, but that wasn't even canon with the show. It was kind of something Disney did, like they did for Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Which 100% like true. My point of bringing that up is not to say that they would use like even those same character designs of that, but it's like, hey, look, they've already done a 2D animation version of it. Like, who's to say that they wouldn't be up for doing something like that? It fits really well. Like it especially in a cartoon format where you know that you can kind of play around with things more. Because yeah, if all of a sudden you were to say like Big Hero 6 coming to live action, I'd be like, I don't know. But this would be a good format for it.
Bro, I thought of it, Jace, and I would love it. I love Big Hero 6. It's the year it came out was one of my favorite movies that year. And it's Marvel. It's Marvel, which is surprising because it's so Disneyfied that people forget it's actually Marvel. They're Marvel characters.
Then that all the more reason where it's like kind of why not? And it's funny. So when you talking about crossovers along those natures, so I saw an interview, or it was like it was a snippet of an interview with the person who is in charge of the What If show. And first of all, they actually, jokes aside, did confirm that it's canon. And I was like, sweet. Because
Awesome.
they basically just, all they said it as, there was like, yes, this is a canon, this is official, the multiverse is a thing now. And it was just like, sweet. And then they kind of were asking, was there anything that you were restricted from doing? And they basically like mentioned there's just certain things with the films that they couldn't really mess around with, or like future projects, if I'm not mistaken. But then there is one crossover that I don't know how much of a joke this was, because it didn't seem like it was entirely a joke. They said that they wanted to, or they were trying their best to shoehorn in a crossover with Star Wars in one of the What If episodes. And that they,
What?
yeah, and they were like, but they wouldn't let us. And I was like, wait a second, how serious are you right now?
Okay, so I'll watch it, Jace, but maybe this is a hot take. I don't want it.
No, and I'm not even fully against you. Here's the thing. I love the idea of people are so good at making fan-made things now, right? That I would like to see that type of property take a crack at it. It's just I don't know. It's because like I know if it was an official thing.
Well, here's the thing. When we hear that, the first thing we think is like Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia meeting Black Widow, Iron Man, Captain America. That's huge. But what if what they really mean is just a cute little episode of Baby Yoda and Baby Groot?
I don't think they would, though. I think they'd probably take the advantage of squeezing that in there at some point. I don't think they'd make the whole episode about that, though, because I think they'd understand, like, this is going to, if we're going to do this, we got to kind of do it up as much as we can, and that's going to piss people off.
Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be mad. My only thing, Jace, is like, how are you? I was gonna say, how do you make this make sense? Because even though it is what if, anything is possible. In my head, is like, yeah, but within Marvel.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, though. Since this whole multiverse thing, I purposely put Ricky's comment up there because I wanted to get to it in just a second. But yeah, Ricky, what's up, my man? Thank you for stopping by. Dude, it's just to say, like, all right, I know this is obviously a stretch, and I'm being just kind of jokey with this. I get how ridiculous it would be, but who's to say if there's infinite multiverses now, right? Then, I mean, heck, man, one of them could obviously be where it's just like, whoa, did the Millennium Falcon just pass by Thanos' ship there?
I want to see a space race between the Millennium Falcon and the Thanos copter.
Oh, that'd be great. That would be great. No, okay, at least hold on. There was a couple things in here that I'm very happy that we have to get to. So at least I didn't want to pass them by. But again, so Ricky, man, seriously, thank you so much for stopping by. Just pound it, my man. Love it.
Always doing that.
Absolutely. I know. I've now picked up on that a lot because of it. I never even realized or thought about putting the two fists together. So anytime I do that, you could thank Ricky. I got that from him. I stole it. Let's see. I wanted to go back because this I thought was a really good question, even though it was a bit further, or we're a bit further along. But so Shane threw out Vision versus Silver Surfer. I do think I have a quick answer, but I'm not saying like it would be an easy battle. But I do think Silver Surfer would take it.
All right. In the comic books, absolutely. I think I'd give it to Silver Surfer. I don't know how they will build up a Silver Surfer if they ever do build him up in the coming years in the MCU. But at this point, Vision in the MCU is hella powerful. And I can imagine, and I would bet my money on a MCU Vision beating Silver Surfer. But in the comics, Jace, Silver Surfer.
All right, fair enough. And I think, right, it is kind of tough because, like you said, there is no actual Silver Surfer in the MCU. I will say this, even if it was the Silver Surfer from that old Fantastic Four movie, I think at least he'd give Vision a run for his money, even if he didn't happen to take the upper hand. And it's just because I agree, we've gotten a chance to see a lot more of Vision, so now you kind of understand his dominance that he could potentially have. I mean, he's a force to be reckoned with, without a doubt. But there's something about, I think, that there is still, if you were to call it, a limitation to his powers. Whereas it's not that there isn't a limitation to Silver Surfer, but I just feel like, okay, Vision is very much on almost like a scale of, he's got the Infinity Stone in there, which is somewhat cosmic. Silver Surfer has just got literally like cosmic energy at his manipulative form at any point in time. I actually wouldn't even be surprised if Silver Surfer could literally just like reach in and then just take out the Mind Stone.
Yeah. Yeah, Jace. Yeah. You maybe.
I don't know. At least, all right, so I want to get this because I noticed that it just came in, and hopefully go ahead and say bye to him as he is taking off here. Gotta go, lads. It's like 1:30 a.m. here. Just checked in to say hi. I'll hopefully catch you on Joe's channel tomorrow. Boom! Killing it, guys. Keep smiling.
Killing it.
Ricky, you are...
I won't be there tomorrow, Ricky. I'll actually be out of town, but I will be supporting them from afar.
And hopefully, as long as it still gets squared away, and I'll help if necessary, but there should ideally be a little skit that you'll at least still see John.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, but I know. So at least, and yeah, it's going to be the first time with a special guest. That's the other reason why I'm sad that you won't be making it, right? Excited to have Mr. Paul Tams on there.
That's going to be awesome, man.
Just recently got introduced to his content, so I'm glad that I did. I like his approach with stuff. It's got kind of almost like what I respect with that. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Ricky, I can't disagree, right? I mean, heck, if you're not going for John, what are you showing up for? You know?
I mean, Ricky, Dan might take his shirt off.
Somebody's probably going to. I got real close. Hey, don't worry, man. I know, and I actually, that's what I appreciate so much about you, Ricky, is the fact that I think with a lot of people that we've gotten acquainted with, right, just kind of pick up on everyone's humor. And Ricky, I love your humor, my man. I really do.
Ricky, real quick before you go, I want you to know that we have been talking about a whole bunch of different guests to have on the show, and you're definitely up there on the list. It's just a matter of time since it's only one episode a week. Like, if you're like the third person we want to have on or second person, you're going to have to wait 2 or 3 weeks. So if it's a while, like, don't think we forgot about you. We definitely want to have you on.
I love the back and forth here. All right, bye, Ricky. Don't watch. I'm just joking. Please go watch.
Oh my God. For F's sake, definitely not watching.
Oh, and also, so another thing that I saw come in a little bit earlier that to clarify a thing we were talking about. No, we kind of got past it, but still, Shane was helping us clarify when we were going through like Legacy and Legends and everything. So he was saying, right, Legends is indeed the character bios, and then Legacy is indeed the film. So at least appreciate clearing that up. Also, right afterwards, he threw in, I'm just as hype, my man. Multiverse. That's something that between like any form of comic book or animated related material, I've always really been into that idea. I enjoy different interpretations of characters that we already know very well, when you can know that it's like either a one-off quick thing, or hey, even if they get their own little side comic run, it's not like they're taking things over. It's just getting a chance to see a different variation of someone. So
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, yeah, it's a good example. So like just being able to see stuff along those lines and have it brought to the light, knowing again that it's not going to like take over, overshadow the actual main version of them, if you will, but just being able to appreciate this different take on it is just really cool. It's not like it's entirely brand new. Like they've been kind of doing it for a while, but never to this scale where now all of a sudden you're going to see not just different interpretations of the characters, but like meeting each other. That's the part that obviously I think everyone's going bonkers over, like Spider-Man No Way Home, for example. Rumors.
Yeah. It's like the multiverse is really introduced if you want to think about it in Endgame, but then Loki kind of messed that crap up because was it really a multiverse?
Well, what do you?
In Endgame, they go back in time. They go to 2012 Avengers. They go to 1970s. They go to 2013 to 2014. That would create a multiverse, right, Jace?
You would think, right?
Yeah, but the TVA never interfered, which means that was always part of the sacred timeline. But how?
I was gonna say that's still a big loophole that I don't understand how. I mean, here's the thing. It seems like they thought everything through so well, and I don't get how they'll overlook this. So Loki is apparently messing up the sacred timeline by taking the Tesseract and warping away. If he didn't do that, then the Avengers would have had no reason to go back in time further to get the other Tesseract. So if the Avengers were supposed to do what they did, it's like, dude, they wouldn't have done what they did if it wasn't for Loki doing what he did.
It's you're right, and that's just the paradox of time travel in movies and TV shows.
That's why, and it's, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm only going to nitpick so much because obviously I'm stoked that they did the Loki series and what it led to and everything. But just as like a brief thing, you can't help but think about that real quick of like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Also, Florentina. Oh no, not another late night stream. Oh yeah,
Florentina, you gotta go. You gotta get some sleep.
Hey, if you're not gonna get sleep though, I'm glad it's because you're coming to check out our live streams.
Yeah. You should title this Jace Origins.
It's not too bad. That's not too bad. Oh, wait. Oh, gosh. I think this is when he was saying about definitely not watching.
Listen, Ricky. It has to do with, like, listen. It has. Don't take it personal, bro.
No,
we love you. There's a time and a place for everybody. You know, as much as I mean that jokingly in a very serious way, you know, it's a time and a place for everybody. Like, we think like, oh, like with some more time, like this person's gonna be awesome. This movie's gonna be coming out, so maybe this person's gonna be really fun. Or so that's definitely how we're seeing it. You cut me deep, John, bro.
Yeah, at least that was what we were saying as you were talking there. But he also threw this in a little bit after his original comment. So I mean, that was
yeah. Well, listen, Ricky. When I'm hosting again, I definitely want to have you on. But just so you know, that's like a month away. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't feel bad.
And here's the other thing, I hope this becomes more and more clear as we keep doing, that as a weekly thing. I mean, yeah, there's technically someone that's a host. And I get that sometimes it would make sense if the person who's the host maybe has some sort of established thing with the person who's a guest. It doesn't have to be that way, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it could be anybody. I don't
not that way at all.
Because it's still all of us as a group, right? It's still actually like you're just still hanging out with the squad. We just happen to have it on one person's channel for that time.
Yeah. And Ricky's going to be eating cow testicles this Saturday, guys.
It's funny because I was about to ask if you're joking, and I don't think you are.
I'm not.
All right. I was going to say, because that checks out. Okay. Well, definitely consider me down to watch that, as bonkers as that is, but I wouldn't expect anything less from them.
And they're going to be talking about Pulp Fiction. It's amazing.
I love it, right? Just the perfect blend of stuff that you would expect to be, to be seeing there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that it's going to be one of the most unique, if not the most unique, Pulp Fiction discussion /review. Let's see. Okay, so at least because I saw something else coming from Ricky about that, but before. So Shane, as a nerd for 30 years, never thought they could ever do the multiverse decently. Stoked. Hey, it's seriously right there with you, man. As far as it's such a big thing to tackle, and it could easily go south quickly. But I don't think that it will. I've definitely been happy more so than not with just about anything Marvel's done and kind of paying respect to how it should be. Yeah, every now and then there's been a couple things that are but with this, I really have a lot of high hopes. So I'm excited about it too, man.
I mentioned this a little bit on the last Loki live stream, Jace, how I said that I hope Marvel doesn't overuse the multiverse because they can do anything now and it kind of gets overused. And I would hate it. Like it would be a cool twist for one movie, but if we never know what universe we're in, I would hate that.
That was actually something that somebody brought up, and I thought was a really solid point because they said, how are we going to know for sure now who is the main version, if you will, right? Who's the character? Who's the version of the character that we should actually care about the most and follow? And someone was saying, like, yeah, like with Loki, right? Like, because now we have this Loki, like, that we want to follow him. And it's like, dude, but he's not even the main Loki. Yeah. The main Loki died in Endgame.
Yeah.
So it is tough because, yeah, then I know what you mean. It's like, who do you keep caring about and keeping track of?
Real quick before you move to the next comment, wouldn't it be cool if, what's the main timeline now? Because it's no longer the sacred timeline. If they introduce Earths, like Earth 616, and the way they introduce that is through Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man and Doctor Strange are talking. Doctor Strange is like, oh man, like there's a multiverse now. I don't even know like where we're at. And then Spider-Man goes, well, Quentin Beck told me or lied to me and said that this was Earth 616. Why not just call it Earth 616, Stephen Strange?
Right? I'd be so happy if they made that official. Because even when they were joking about it before that we knew it was a joke, I was like, oh, they said the thing. That's a thing from the comics. And then to see that not turn into anything was. Let's see here. So Ricky's quickly admitting, as far as when it comes to the eating the testicles, not as bad as drinking his own piss. I'm surprised actually, and I know it sounds probably weird to say that, but when it it's such a weird topic to talk about. Thanks, Ricky. The piss, I feel like I'm not saying that would be easy, but for some reason to actually bite into and continue to chew a testicle just really like I can't it like makes me uneasy right now as I'm talking about it.
It's all about smell for me. If it smells good, I could probably do it, Jace.
But so like you're not put off by like odd texture and stuff like that?
Yeah, now that you say it, I am, but I would try it. I would try it.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. So Florentina, I thought I'd just pop in and say hi, but I do actually have to get some sleep tonight. I'll catch this up tomorrow and look forward to seeing your Cinema Squad stream. Much love, lads. Much love right back at you, Florentina. Thank you so much for stopping by again. Really appreciate it. Go ahead, get some good sleep. It is well deserved. You've been putting in a lot of work recently. Yeah. So between the actual reviews and everything, and I know you got your acting channel now, so much props to you for that, because so far, at least the bit that I've caught, really impressive. So I give you a lot of respect for doing that.
Yep. Bye, Florentina.
Bye, Florentina. And looks like we're saying multiple goodbyes. Ricky, catch you later, man. Hope to see you tomorrow. But we also have someone else stopping by. What's up, Kevin?
It's 8 o'clock over there in the morning.
Yes. Oh my God, what a great way to start your day with some of your best buds from across the way, if that's the best way to say it.
Yes. What are you having for breakfast? What are you having for breakfast, Kevin?
That's a good point. It's so weird to think about as far as, oh my goodness, Brett. Wait, so it's breakfast, and it's the 6th, right? So it's the 5th of August right now for us.
Yes.
It's the 6th of August for him over there.
Yeah, it is.
That always just alters my mind like heavily, where it's like, wait, what?
Smoke some weed, you'll forget about it.
That's a good point. It's a very good point. Shane was just confirming, as far as right with the test of mountain oysters. Oh gosh.
I've never tried mountain oysters. I've tried sea oysters.
No, he's referring. That's like it's a testicles, the animal testicles. Sean, what's up, man?
Sean, you're invited. Didn't you send them the link?
Yeah, hold on, Sean. I got you. I mean, you're not mandated to pop up, but I'll send it your way regardless. Actually,
Sean, oh, sorry. I was about to say, because Sean, if you're here, you can take over because I am home alone. But once Francis comes home with food, I might have to make my way out.
Oh, okay, for sure. Well, I'll tell you what, John, this is gonna be really funny since it's actually on my thing. You might literally my phone's like over there. It's just like I'm just gonna go grab. Like
I'll send it to him.
Okay, cool. Well, and I'll tell you what, I'm actually gonna just real quick. It's gonna take a second. I'm gonna grab it anyway, just because I don't know. I'm realizing that I may be missing from or needing to hear from somebody. Where the heck?
But yeah. Yeah, Shane, the mountain oysters. He says something about the bull testicles. I don't know what that meant, but never had that. Sean, if you are on here, I just sent you the thing. So check it out if you want, or I may be talking to myself. So Shane, because I can't really see the other comments, what do you think about my theory about maybe Big Hero 6?
I'm back.
Oh, what's up, man?
And I changed my shirt. I saw my phone, then as I went to grab my phone, I was like, I'm still in my work shirt. So let's see. All right. Kevin, I agree that the idea of confusing timelines and universes might alienate viewers. If you guys have seen Dark, I love that show, but I hope MCU won't go into that territory. I have not seen that show. I really do want to see it, though. I've heard that it's basically like the German Stranger Things.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, Kevin. Kevin watches everything. We talk about Sean, but Kevin too, bro. Like he has a lot of hidden gems on his channels.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's definitely some stuff that has been covered that can't say that I've heard of before, but has now got me intrigued.
Just.
Guess who is on HBO Max already? Oh, that's right. I saw something today. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, thanks for coming by for the stream. I'm just joking.
Dude, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I should wait till Saturday to watch it or if I should watch it tonight, bro. Because I want to watch the stream tomorrow once I get out of SmackDown.
Yeah.
And if you guys spoil Suicide Squad, I can't watch the stream.
Well, I mean, hey, look, I have no issues with holding off a little bit. Right? Because if it's just coming out, I can understand that not just for you, but there might be other people that are going to be, stepping by and maybe they haven't seen it either. So I'm cool with just like holding back on saying too much on it, maybe just giving general thoughts or something. But shoot, I'm glad you brought that up, Sean.
And not because I'm not going to see it, but I think that is smart because you said, Jace, there's probably people coming by who haven't seen it yet. It is the opening weekend. So I think general thoughts would be a smarter way to go about it. But we will talk with the squad and see what they think.
Yeah. And it looks like, I guess we got our answer as far as... No! I'm sorry, Sean. Hey, if you want, we'll call your boss.
It seems in your anger, you killed her.
No! Greatest no in all of cinematic history.
I freaking love Revenge of the Sith. It is one of my favorite Star Wars movies, and I don't hate the prequels. I'll say
I'm right there with you. I think I've said this in a video of mine before. Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie, although I think that Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie, if that makes any sense.
I always say that about Empire. Empire is the best made Star Wars movie. Revenge of the Sith is one of my favorites, but there is something about Return of the Jedi that ties in the entire Star Wars saga so well, and it's so emotional. and I am a fan of Hayden Christensen's Force Ghost. So don't hate me, Jace.
No, believe me, I don't. I really don't. Because I'm just as much of a prequels kid. I grew up with them, always loved them. So, right, I mean, it's definitely something I'm right there with you, man. And I'm really excited about for the fact that the Kenobi show, they've got Hayden Christensen coming back.
I was so excited when I saw the Disney investor meeting and they said that Christensen's coming back. I was so hyped. I love Hayden Christensen. I love his Anakin Skywalker. I love it.
I know I understand why some people are not the biggest on certain things because it's not like he's the greatest actor ever, but I honestly feel like he did what was needed to be done for Anakin. And at this point, it's like, dude, he's Anakin, right? I mean, just whether you think he's the best, it's just that's what it is. There's no replacing him.
Like even Clone Wars Anakin, I see him as Hayden Christensen.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely times where actually, so I still like the guy who does the voice for him very much, but there's a lot of times where I almost like I'm imagining Hayden Christensen being in there.
Oh.
It's cool because in the Battlefront 2 game, they have the design of Hayden Christensen, but he's voiced by the guy from Clone Wars.
Oh, that's so cool.
I was gonna say, so it's kind of like, yeah, nice blend there.
I also want to add in super quick that the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars is also one of the best Star Wars movies out there.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, season 7, when they came back with like, we're going to go out with a bang. And, man, between the way that they did, Ahsoka was so great. Maul's one of the most underrated characters, I feel like, because he's got so much more well and established in the animated series. So most people just like, oh, yeah, that guy that got cut in half in Phantom Menace. It's like, there's so much more to him.
God, I love Maul.
Let's see. Kevin's saying, I don't usually do breakfast. I have a dental appointment at 10 a.m. Might eat something, I guess, because it's going to be a long day. Today is my second dose shot. Woo. I hope it does not hit you too hard. I know sometimes it seems like, right, it could vary for some people. So I hope that you stay well.
It didn't hit me too hard, the second one, but it hit me harder than the first, if that makes sense.
I think that from the majority of people, that's kind of exactly how I've heard it.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, it looks like Shane, by all means. I know this is when I had stepped away for a sec because I still heard you going on. And I was very interested in your theory. Did you want to do any further explanation or at least rehash what you meant?
Yeah, I'll just rehash it. Shane, what I was saying is with What If now being the newest Marvel show about to release on Disney Plus, and with Big Hero 6 also being Marvel property and Disney property, like the MCU, it would be cool if there was an episode where we would get maybe the Avengers meeting Big Hero 6.
I'd so be down. Again, just because of the animated format, I think it would work really well.
Yeah.
I mean, and plus, it would just be an episode of something, you know? It's not like, hey, ready for the new show that's going to have it fully immersed and they're going to cross over and then they're going to be in the next Avengers movie, right? That's when it gets, okay, to hold your horses. But to just have a cool What If episode, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Kevin may also be going to check out Suicide Squad.
Yeah, the theaters aren't open in the Philippines, so he's going to have to check it out there.
That's a good point. And I'm sorry, I had to correct myself. The Suicide Squad. I'm sorry.
That's right. The Suicide Squad.
That's right.
I was really excited for the Suicide Squad, and and I said it last week, I'm going to wait for more reviews. I'm definitely not disappointed, but it's about where I thought it was going to be.
That's an accurate way to put it, because I'm not going into it expecting like, oh, this is going to be the most amazing thing ever. But here's all that I hope for. I just hope that I think it's better than the first one.
I think it will be. The trailer is better than the first movie.
I'll tell you what, though, the trailers for the first one were amazing.
I liked it.
Like, they really built up the tone very well. I almost forgot and then was reminded because Joe did a review for the Suicide Squad, and then he talked a little bit about the first one for just a couple minutes and rehashed about that with the trailers. And I was just like, that's a good point. Like the way they did the music with everything, I was like, it all seemed to work so well. And then it just did not pan out. So I'm just hoping it's not like a complete replicate of that.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried about them going up against Starro, man.
Dude, have you seen the Ultimate Edition of Suicide Squad or Director's Cut or whatever it's called? Yeah, I have it. I have it. It comes with a Blu-ray with the Ultimate, bro. It apparently it's longer. It has more scenes. Things make more sense. I saw it, Jace, and it is worse.
Really?
It's bad. Like I did not like it. I think it's worse than the theatrical cut of Suicide Squad.
Now that's that's saying something. That's disappointing, man. Because you would think, right? Probably if there's any reason as to why it's not that great, it's maybe because they had to leave so much out. But the fact if you add more in, it's still worse.
It's worse, I think.
Ooh, thank you. Let's see. Sean saying about yes, Kevin gives me a run for my money and some amazing hidden gems. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yes. Is that a doggy? Is that Bruno?
Oh, no. That was literally one of my lights, like just all of a sudden, like fell a little bit. It's all good. It didn't fall over. It just like collapsed temporarily.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we got some amazing love being given back and forth, which is great to see. No, Sean, you're the king of Hidden Gems. No, you are. No, you are.
Well, Sean, is your name Screen Kings? I'm just kidding.
Bum, bum, bum. Let's see. I think Shane, real quick, was tossing in his own ranking of the Star Wars universe. So it seems like he's real quick on par with us as far as Empire Strikes Back being the best. Throwing in Rogue One second, huh? Okay,
good. It's really good.
It absolutely is. I always do wonder how much it would stand out to me. Not say like it wouldn't at all. But like if it would be as high up for me if it wasn't for that last scene with Vader.
Oh, I've seen it multiple times, and yes, I at least in my end, Jace, it still holds up.
Okay, and it's like I say that lightly. I'm definitely not like, quick to be like, oh no, it would be terrible. That's the only thing that made it good. It's just I feel like that was something that all right, it was already a good movie, and then you add that on, it's just. So I wonder if that wasn't included at all, where it would be at. But still, nonetheless, agree it was a good one. And let's see, we got episode 3, 4, 1, Solo above Clone Attack of the Clones, huh?
Wow.
I'm definitely surprised. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked actually the Han Solo movie. I was not really against it. I was definitely entertained. I thought Enfys Nest was a cool character. Obviously, we were just talking about Maul, and at the very end, they bring Maul back. So I'm still honestly hoping that they go somewhere with that. I know that people obviously have the mixed emotions and probably they may be past it or whatever, but I really hope that they do somewhat continue that in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if they're still doing the Lando show for Disney Plus with Donald Glover, but it seems like that's still a go. And if it is, that would be their perfect opportunity to go ahead and.
I think that's exactly where we'll probably. Well, no, I was going to say we'll probably see Han Solo again. I don't think so because they meet again on Empire Strikes Back. But I think that's where they might continue the whole crime underground syndicate thing that Star Wars has. Will be in Lando. Yeah, I'm with you there. I didn't like Solo at first, and with time, I've seen it, and I really appreciate Solo now. The Rey Trash saga, bro. Hot take here. I'm never gonna say anything against the impactfulness of A New Hope because A New Hope is come on, it's ultimate Star Wars. I do think Force Awakens is a better movie.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, The Force Awakens wouldn't even know what to do with itself if it wasn't for A New Hope.
You're right, Jace. But that doesn't mean it's bad. I think better. I think it did it better, Jace.
Wow.
I think
oh my gosh.
Better. You're right, because you're telling me The Force Awakens wouldn't even exist without A New Hope. You're right. But that's not my argument. My argument is that it is a better New Hope.
Oh gosh.
But can I say that The Rise of Skywalker is probably as bad as Attack of the Clones for me?
Oh my god. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't dislike Attack of the Clones really.
I don't hate it.
It's because it feels like when you rewatch that movie, the one thing they capture very well is it feels like there is a galactic war taking place.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and here's the thing, with any of the prequel movies, I'll never try to defend the dialogue. That is just up and down shit all over. But as far as like just the essence of the movie of like what's going on, the epicness of what's going on, the end fight as far as with Dooku and chopping off Anakin's arm, and then Yoda, whipping out a saber for the first time, thought that was definitely really cool.
I will say that I do love the dialogue on Mustafar in Episode 3 between Anakin and Obi-Wan, even at the very end. It's crazy because I think the best bit of acting that Hayden Christensen did as Anakin was as he was burning alive and yelling at Obi-Wan. And it sounds funny. It's like as he was burning and dying, that's his best. No, but I really do think that Hayden Christensen pulled all the strings to deliver the type of dialogue that he did as he was burning and yelling at Obi-Wan. You could be like, I love that scene.
It's same here, man. It's actually, and yeah, I agree that of all the things with dialogue in that, out of all the prequels, that's definitely like the one that really hits you the most, right? It pulls and tugs at the heartstrings for what it's worth. Let's see. I'll throw this in just real quick since we were talking about that. He mentioned shoehorn the Clone Wars in there before Episode 1 as far as in his ranking. It definitely can't undermine or look past the animated series. If anybody has not seen, if you're a Star Wars fan, of course, and you haven't seen the Clone Wars animated series, please do yourself a favor and check it out. I know it takes maybe a little bit to get into, but it's really worth it at the end. And same thing with the Rebels show. Rebels was fantastic. And definitely
I love Rebels. Rebels, I think, is so much better than the Clone Wars. I am, though, in a weird spot with the Clone Wars. I have seen so many scattered episodes of Clone Wars because it used to be on cable, and I would catch it. I have seen so many scattered episodes that I haven't really rewatched it from one to the last one. So there are a lot of arcs, a lot of characters that I never really got to meet and grow with. Like I don't get what Cad Bane is.
Oh man, okay. Well, and that's understandable. Dude, Cad Bane, I won't go into a whole thing. He's a really, really cool bounty hunter, very unique character and well made for the show. Very, I guess unique, right? And that's the best way to put it. He's kind of like a space cowboy, like, as far as the way he acts. He's phenomenal. That's why it was so cool to see him come back. I mean, spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't seen some of the episodes of Bad Batch, but he comes back in Bad Batch, and that's really awesome. So
that's cool. I haven't seen Bad Batch only because of time management. If I get time, I'll definitely start checking Bad Batch.
Let's see. Big hero in the multiverse, so he's definitely responding as far as your theory there. Only if they do Spider-Verse with Peter Porker. As far as so, are we saying like bringing Peter Porker in the MCU too? Like,
I mean, I think it's gonna happen, Shane. I think Sony and Marvel, they're working together now. We're gonna see like some sort of Spider-Verse with Spider-Ham.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's some. But look, Sony and Marvel at some point or another, they've already started. Obviously, they're sharing some things, and I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in time they eventually have kind of a bigger crossover than just strictly sharing the character of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You were saying, DC fans. Hey, we're still people.
I am such an MCU fan. I don't know anything about DC, Jace. Like if you were to talk to me about DC Comics, I would just be a learner. I wouldn't have any input to put in. But I'm not one of those fake hero fans that just I'm MCU and FDC. Nah, bro, DC has a lot of cool stuff going for it. The Zack Snyder's Justice League is in my top 6. It's in my top 6 films of this year.
Nice. I'm guessing that means it's number 6.
Yes.
That's still good enough. Good enough for me. Good enough for me. I would be happy with top 10 for sure. Dude, it's something where it's just a shame because the live action universe of DC at the moment is just really not cutting it that well. And I think it's giving people a lot of bad impressions. I mean, you got some people who just already know the characters well enough. But if you really want to get a good idea or a better representation of how DC is or could be, watch their animated films. Because
I hear that.
they actually, surprisingly enough, they take them really seriously. They're much more mature for the most part than you would expect them to be. There are ones that they make that are more kiddish as well, but that's a rare exception here. So not the ones that I'm talking about. Otherwise, they have like a DC animated universe that definitely is worth looking into.
Awesome.
Hey, good time in the squad is talking, and I just started drinking. What's up, Anthony?
Anthony, what's up?
Oh, or as John would normally answer, Anthony, you got your drinks. You doing the pizza? You doing the pizza with the drink? I know it's the first thing that I think you would say.
Oh my god, pepperoni pizza. Yo, Anthony, you eating a pepperoni pizza or what?
Oh, we got, man, you ruffled some feathers here, John.
I'm not going to explain myself anymore, Shane. I'm sorry. It's a hot take, and that's what hot takes are. They're hot.
That they are. But then this was thrown in. I'm hoping it was just because you wanted to go ahead and throw me in the quote there because of that awesome dialogue. Because at least I hope I didn't disappoint you, Shane. I'm not saying I'm on that same boat there.
Yo, Jace, I'm sure you've seen it, but have you seen that amazing, emotional Anakin Skywalker tribute video that's on YouTube?
I did not realize there was more than, or I'm sorry, that there was only one. Because I have seen a couple things that I guess it's got to be along the same lines. Because it's just a montage of different audio clips and stuff, or?
Yeah, visual clips, audio clips, Clone Wars, prequels, Vader clips, stuff like that. And there's this the music in the background is so emotional, and it's just a story of Anakin, which is basically Star Wars. It's the story of Anakin Skywalker.
All the more reason why I got mixed emotions about the Rey trilogy, or if that's what you want to call it, the new trilogy, the sequel trilogy, is just because I feel like the entirety of that trilogy is just completely crapping upon Anakin's story. The fact that here's the reason why. I guess if they would have at least made it so that the Emperor didn't come back, as much as I love Ian McDiarmid as the Emperor, I thought that was really cool to see him again. But when you do all that, it's like, oh, so Vader's sacrifice and bringing rebalance to the Force literally meant nothing, right? Okay.
I don't care what anybody says, because they didn't. I forgot who said it. Like, no, it still does bring credibility to that sacrifice. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Stop trying to make excuses for J.J. Abrams bringing back Palpatine, or Kathleen Kennedy bringing back Palpatine. Whoever has the decision making in that part. I will say that I do enjoy the Rey or Disney Star Wars trilogy. It's definitely not cohesive, and that's what pisses me off. It's not my favorite trilogy. It's still the original, the prequels, and then the sequels. I just don't like that they're not cohesive. I would have been okay with them not being as connected to Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, as long as they had a singular vision, but they did not.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that Daisy Ridley said in an interview that when they were filming Rise of Skywalker, she said they were filming the reveal of who her parents or who her lineage was. They filmed that scene multiple times in multiple ways because they still didn't know who it was going to be. As they are on set filming, that is something you need to have decided so long before that. It's not even funny. Man, it really is discouraging as far as that's being the case.
But listen, real quick, super quick. I still do like The Force Awakens. I think The Last Jedi is one of the best Star Wars movies out there. And I hate The Rise of Skywalker. So it's very mixed with me when it comes to the sequel trilogy.
Oh my gosh. One of the best Star Wars movies, huh?
There are parts in it, Jace, that are crap. But yes.
I will at least say this. There are moments of the sequel trilogy that I can't appreciate. It is not necessarily like it's not entertaining, but I can't sit there and be like, this is like real Star Wars. I feel like it is the most well-produced fan film or fan trilogy that I think I've ever seen. But
I love Kylo Ren. He was my favorite character in the sequels.
But see, here's the thing. Okay, I love Kylo Ren too. If you've read any of the Star Wars, what they call them now, Star Wars Legends, like the books that took place after Episode 6 that they just don't consider to be canon anymore. There is a character that's named Darth, and I hope I'm saying it right, but I've never heard it differently. Darth Caedus. Darth Caedus is Jason Solo. Jason Solo is Han Solo and Princess Leia's son. Essentially, Kylo Ren is, in my opinion, a direct ripoff of Darth Caedus. And I think the only reason that I like Kylo Ren, because I like him too, but I think I like him because he's just a spitting image of what that character was supposed to be. He's Jason Solo with a different name.
Yeah, but that's good then.
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, yeah, but it's a shame that, like, okay, why couldn't you just take more from that then? There's some really good stories and legends. Kathleen Kennedy straight up said at one point, she's like, there's no stories for us to grab material from. There's literally, like, years.
Yeah, but she said that because she didn't know what else to say, because there's so many videos now of like.
And you shouldn't be the president of Lucasfilm if you don't know what else to say about that.
Bum, 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 bum.
Anyway, at least for what Anthony's got over here, because I've had it sitting there for a while. I don't agree about The Force Awakens being better, but I totally see where John is coming from. And he's basically, I think he's saying that similar framework was executed better or was more entertaining in The Force Awakens. And yes, Anthony, you're definitely right. Right, John was just saying that, hey, it may be the same layout. It may have the same template that that A New Hope had. But if I can at least give you credit for that, where as far as thinking Force Awakens may be a little bit better. Oh.
Yeah, Anthony.
So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and, guys, I'm actually going to start wrapping this up within the next couple of minutes here. So as far as if there is any more comments, I see that there's just a few more I was going to get to. If anybody else wanted to chime in with something real quick, obviously feel free. This will be like the last couple things that we get to, and then we'll wrap it up for at least the night and have plenty more to go and talk about tomorrow. But if you want some more John, this is the last little bit you can get of him.
This is it, guys.
Yeah, until the next Man of Movies thing, of course. Let's see here. Okay, so notice how DC fans go straight to the cartoons only. Yep. And there's a reason for it. It's because you'd swear that it is two completely different brains running and it is. I mean, it's obviously right. It's not the same people that do animated stuff and the live action. But I mean, you'd swear that like they don't even know each other exist, because there's like no connection whatsoever. There's so many animated projects that if they just took that and made it into live action as is, it'd be like, this is fantastic. That's all you got to do.
The only thing I will say real quick is that, listen, Shane, I'm with you on like how what's the word? I can't find the word, but DC fans are something else sometimes. I have a lot of DC fan friends on my Facebook, and I don't know what it is, but why do they try so hard to prove that DC is better than Marvel? Like, they try so hard, and I'm like, bro, just chill. They always post pictures of like John Smith posted a poll on Twitter that got 5 votes, and 99% of people think that Zack Snyder's Justice League is better than Endgame. Shut up, bro. Oh my God, why are you trying so hard?
I'll put it this way. I've never understood that, strictly because of the fact that I don't understand why anyone would ever feel a need to have to pick between the two. Like, what on earth is so wrong with liking both? You know, I've always been that way. Never in my life have I ever felt strictly a Marvel fan or strictly a DC fan. I've just always loved everything. And it's just all I want really is for them to do as good with the DC live action movies as they're doing with the MCU. That's literally like all I could ask for. And that's why I want to be able to bring up more than just the animated stuff. I don't want to have to always say that that's the best that there is, because, you know, rightfully so, with the way they can make movies nowadays, the animated stuff should not be the best that they're bringing to the table. So yeah, hopefully that, you know, they can start to make a little bit of a turn with things. I'm not sure what to have hope in anymore with what they're making, but I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely at least intrigued with the Flashpoint movie that's coming out. You know, as far as Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, they're saying it's possibly Ben Affleck's swan song as Batman. I'm hoping that maybe that could turn into something better. It's way too early for them to be doing Flashpoint, but there's honestly so much wrong already that they kind of have to.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then it looks like at the moment, okay, so I don't see anything else. I'll go ahead and throw us in just to end us off with a little bit of a laugh here, because Shane was at least saying, I would prefer 9 hours of Jar Jar translating War and Peace live than the race. Hey,
I think that would be great, Shane. So if that's what you mean, I think that's great. So thanks for saying that something great is also you would compare something great with something also pretty good.
I'm picturing it now as we're speaking. I feel like that's why I'm having nightmares of Jar Jar saying War and Peace tonight. But I will only at least end with this as far as in regards to that. Like I said, I do find some redeeming moments. Slight redeeming moments, right? Some of the characters are actually worthwhile. Actually, I could say a lot of the characters in the sequel trilogy are worthwhile. Again, it's just unfortunately between the writing and the directing of the storyline, it just wasn't well executed, and which is really a shame because I feel like Rey, Poe, Finn, all that, they could have really been a nice, cool, next level evolutionary step for Star Wars for us to follow, and kind of becomes tough when they do it the way they did, and when the people making it don't seem to care as much as the people watching it.
So I don't know if you've seen this, guys. So this is not my idea, but I've seen a video of this. If The Rise of Skywalker and Phantom Menace switched titles, it would make the movie better. So if Episode 1 was called The Rise of Skywalker, and if Episode 9 was called The Phantom Menace, it would make more sense and make the movie better.
Huh. I can't disagree with that.
Think about it, huh?
Okay. Not too shabby there, John. Not too shabby.
I think so.
It does seem to work. It really does. Well, I will end on that good note brought up by John there. So just real quick, at least, thank you very much for everyone that took the time to stop by and check this out, right? Because this was just a test, was not expecting much of anything. So seriously, thank you for all the comments coming through and everyone checking this out. Greatly appreciated. John, thank you so much for stopping by, man. I also thank you a lot for being here to do this with me. And I did want to go ahead and how do I do this here? How do I give you the screen?
Okay, so you know where I'm at, where you put me. There we go. It's like you were testing me to see if I knew. So guys, if you haven't already, I have a YouTube channel. It's Man of Movies, and I do movie reviews. I do rankings. Sometimes I do trailer reactions. Go check me out. My most recent work, I just came out with a review for the Jungle Cruise that came out this weekend, and I came out with a very hot take on my thoughts on Old. Spoiler alert, I think it's a great film.
Sorry, I was figuring out how to do that for a sec. Hey,
it's like Joe all over again.
Additional hot take. I also didn't dislike Old that much. Oh, wait, doing it the wrong way.
Damn.
That's right. Am I going to sit here and say it was one of the greatest movies of the year? I don't know. But was it really interesting to watch? The more it sat on, and it sank in, that's what I was looking for. Yes, I do think it was pretty darn interesting. And just real quick, as we're literally exiting out here, look who stopped by to throw in some laughing faces. Francis, thank you so much. Don't worry, I'm not holding John captive much longer here. I'm literally letting him go right now. All right, so John, thank you so much again for stopping by. I'll go ahead and take you out, my man. Let you go ahead and do your thing. Enjoy your food. And thank you again, everyone, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Hopefully that you had a good time. And feel free, obviously, to come back to the channel here as far as at the end of next week, because we'll be shooting this shit over here. But also, don't forget to be going to Joe/Geeky Hijinks channel tomorrow, where we will be shooting the shiz. And don't worry, Shane. I swear to you, it's on my list. I swear. And when I say on my list, it's at like the top of my list. I promise. The Tombstone review will be done. It has not been forgotten about. It really hasn't. Though I got to try and maybe squeeze it in before all this what if stuff starts up, because I'm definitely going to be covering the what if stuff. That's it. Thank you, everybody. Probably said thank you a bazillion times, but I mean it. Appreciate you all. Hope that you're all able to make it as far as for, again, shooting the shit next week. Have a fantastic rest of the evening, and I hope you all have a good weekend as well.